Personal Finance 101. Money can't buy happiness. A la Shmoop.
So we're talking about money and happiness. The name of the lesson is Money Can't Buy Happiness, but finding $20 in your sweatpants never hurts. So my question for you is, can money buy happiness?
Boy, it depends on your personality. It's a great question. The Beatles sang a lot about this stuff, and it was easy for them to say money can't buy you happiness because they had hundreds of millions of dollars. So it's easy for rich people to tell you money can't buy you happiness. The reality is, there's a lot of people in this country who are poor, and they go to bed hungry. It's the people where money's always an issue.
They can't afford adequate medical care for their kids. They have to worry about where they go shopping for clothes. They have to wait for sales until they can buy the important things they need for their families.
That's normal Americans. That's probably a third, something like that, but a big percentage of people. And so I'd rather have money and be happy. So at least I can control where I'm going to live and what I'm going to eat and how I'm going to clothe my kids and take care of the people I love. Because without it, you're kind of a projectile in today's society anyway.
Okay, great. So another part of this lesson is talking about basically what money's worth, what it means. So why can the amount that a dollar is worth change?
Got it. Well, you bring up two issues. One is inflation, the historical inflation, and the other is what the dollar buys here relative to what it buys in Europe or somewhere else. So let me start with the first one. In 1960, an average home in California sold for about $12,000. And that was about the same home that today sells for about $1 million. But it's the same home.
Say what?
And all that's happened is that wages change. There's been inflation of 3-4%, something like that over the years. And there's this handy-dandy calculator called the Rule of 72, where you take the rate of change each year, divide it into 72, and that's the number of years it takes to double. So if you think about what a dollar buys today versus, say, 50 years ago, it's a fraction because we've had so much inflation. A carton of milk when I was a kid was 10 cents. A carton of milk today is, a couple dollars and change. So it's the same carton of milk, it's the same cow, it's the same grass, same air and everything else. But we print more money as a country, which leads me to the second point. So Americans print money to pay our bills. We have all this federal and state and so on debt. And by printing a lot of money, it lets us pay off those debts easier. And while we print a lot of money compared to Brazil, we print very little. So the rate of inflation of US money that's out there in various forms simply accretes or increases at a lower rate versus that of Brazil or other areas. And there are all kinds of other factors that affect this. Natural resources like oil, gold, other things that a country might have that are desirable, including a government that people trust. So when there are wars and things that break out, people, quote, retreat to the US dollar. And so the US dollar, just because of the laws of supply and demand, where there's a lot of demand for a limited supply, the price of the dollar goes up. Very complicated stuff. You probably don't have to know in high school other than the general concept.
Can money buy happiness? Why can the amount a dollar is worth change?